This is a marble rectangle with a curved metal arc and a felt-covered bottom about 6 inches long. It has a small handle knob on top. It was found in a box of desk supplies, and the marble matches other desk items. The best guess is some kind of embossing item. What is it? This is an ink blotter, a classic antique desk accessory. In the era of fountain pens and dip pens, which used wet ink, this tool was essential. After writing, the user would rock the blotter over the fresh ink. The absorbent blotting paper held by the curved surface would soak up any excess ink, preventing it from smudging and allowing it to dry more quickly. The heavy marble base gave it stability, and the knob provided a handle for rocking it. These were a standard part of any well-equipped writing desk set. Found while camping, this is a closed tube with a screw for mounting it. There is a controlled rattle inside, as if something is mounted internally, but can still move a bit. It was found in the middle of an access road on Matt Lemon in Tucson, AZ. What is it? The commenter wonders if this is a homemade kickstand for a small trailer. This is a plausible guess. A small utility or camping trailer often has a jack stand at the front, on the tongue, to hold it level when it's not attached to a vehicle. This could be a homemade version of such a stand, or perhaps a simpler support leg for the rear corner of the trailer to provide stability when parked. The screw would be for mounting it, and the rattling part inside could be an adjustable inner leg that was not fully secured. This large iron cylinder, about 5 feet tall with a handle, was found in Northern Ireland. It has Lisburn written on it. What is this piece of antique farm equipment? This is likely part of a boiler or steamer, specifically one used for cooking livestock feed. Research shows a Mr. Richard Robinson of Lisburn, Northern Ireland, who was active in agricultural societies in the 1840s and dealt in steaming apparatus with cast metal boilers for farm use. This apparatus would be used to steam or boil things like potatoes, grains, or other fodder to make it more palatable and digestible for pigs and other livestock. It's a large, heavy-duty piece of agricultural history from the 19th century. Found in the garage with camping supplies, folded neatly, this object had a small tag that said YL. It's made of a fabric-like material, has a zipper, elastic at the corners, but no spots for poles like a tent would. What is it? This looks like it could be a car cover. Car covers are large, fitted sheets of protective fabric designed to be placed over a vehicle when it's parked, protecting it from dust, sun, rain, and scratches. The elastic at the corners is a key feature, as it's used to secure the cover snugly around the car's bumpers. A zipper might provide access to the driver's door without having to remove the entire cover. The YL on the tag could refer to the size, perhaps youth large, though it's more likely a manufacturer's code. Bought a 6-pack of Levi's men's boxers from Marshall's and found this piece of fabric tied to a string, which was attached to one of the boxers. It appears to have pen handwriting on it and looks intentionally put together. Was it to help label at the factory? Yes, that's exactly what it is. A person with a degree in fashion design who used to run a clothing production floor confirms this is not supposed to be in the final product. It is a tag used for internal tracking of item production on the factory floor. Scrap fabric is marked with whatever information the factory needs, like order number, size, color, or machine operator, and is then tied to an item, or, more commonly, a bundle of completed items. This helps track the work as it moves through the production line. It was supposed to be removed before packaging, but was accidentally left on. These two displays, each about 1 foot square, look like LED lights but don't produce much visible light output. They are mounted on the side of a wall near a railroad in El Segundo, CA. What are they? These are IR, infrared emitters or illuminators. They are essentially floodlights, but they produce light in the infrared spectrum, which is invisible to the human eye. They are used to illuminate an area for night vision security cameras. The security cameras can see the infrared light, allowing them to produce a clear, bright image, even in complete darkness, without creating any visible light that would alert people to the presence of the cameras. Their location near a railroad suggests they are part of a security monitoring system for that area. While redoing the landscape, a grate was found. When opened, It revealed a large vault with a large cylindrical piece of equipment with hoses or tubing coming off it. It was producing heat. The finder wonders if it's an electrical transformer. A utility guy confirms that is absolutely the transformer providing electrical service to your house, and it is deadly. In areas with underground electrical service, the high voltage lines run underground to these pad-mounted or vault-housed transformers. The transformer steps the high voltage down to the standard 120-240 volts used in your home. The hoses are heavily insulated high voltage cables. The heat is a normal byproduct of the transformer's operation. The advice is critical. Do not touch anything, stay out, and call the power company immediately to report that one of their transformer vaults is uncovered so they can secure it safely. Found in a backyard in Ontario, this is very heavy, most likely cast iron. The finder thinks it's a piece of farm equipment. What is this specific valve for? This is a foot valve. A foot valve is a type of check valve, a one-way valve, that is installed at the bottom of the intake or suction line of a water pump, for example, a pump that is drawing water from a lake or a well for a garden hose, as the commenter uses. Its purpose is twofold. First, the screen over the intake prevents large rocks, leaves, and debris from being sucked into the pump and damaging it. Second, the one-way valve prevents the water from draining back out of the suction line when the pump is turned off, which keeps the pump primed and ready to work the next time it's turned on. If you love uncovering strange and mysterious objects, hit like and subscribe. Your support genuinely helps YouTube's algorithm find more curious explorers like you. Thank you for helping us grow. Stay curious. This metal rod has a threaded top part that looks like it would screw onto something. It was found on the side of the road. What is it? This is a short antenna for a car or truck, often called a shorty or stubby antenna. Many people replace the long, whip-style factory antenna on their vehicle with a much shorter one like this for purely aesthetic reasons, as they give the car a cleaner look. They are also less likely to get caught on things like car wash brushes or low garage doors. This one has likely unscrewed from its base due to vibration while driving and fallen off a vehicle onto the side of the road. This solid plastic object looks like it could be used to seal something off, but has no hinge. It was found in a kitchen drawer. The little white things look like they can slide out. What is it? This is an angle guide for sharpening knives. When sharpening a kitchen knife on a whetstone, it's crucial to maintain a consistent angle between the blade and the stone to get a good edge. This plastic guide clips onto the spine of the knife. The user then rests the guide on the surface of the whetstone as they sharpen. This automatically holds the knife at the correct preset angle, making it much easier for a novice to achieve a professional quality sharpened edge without years of practice. This small, tubular plastic object was found at a Walmart parking lot. What is this common toy part? It's an exhaust pipe for Lego. This is a common and recognizable Lego element, often included in vehicle sets like cars, trucks, or motorcycles. It's a small plastic piece designed to look like a chrome exhaust pipe, and it would be attached to a Lego vehicle to add a realistic detail. Finding a single small Lego piece in a public place, like a Walmart parking lot, is an extremely common occurrence, as they are easily dropped and lost from a child's toy or a recently purchased set. They've started placing these small pole-like things around this Greek area. The finder wonders if it has to do with an upcoming subway, metro, or tram system. What are they? They look like docking stations for a city bike-sharing program. These systems have become very popular in cities around the world. Users can rent a bicycle from one station, ride it to their destination, and then return it to any other docking station in the city. Each of these pole-like things is an individual dock that securely locks a bicycle in place and also handles the rental transaction, often through a credit card reader or a smartphone app. The appearance of these stations indicates the city is launching or expanding a public bike rental service. Found buried in a garden in the UK, this is a small cube about 1.5 centimeter tall. It's made of lightweight white plastic and has a central hole that goes all the way through and 3 channels on the other sides, all filled with dirt. What is it from? This is a component from a building toy called the Ello Creation System. Ello was a construction toy line introduced by Mattel in the early 2000s, primarily marketed towards girls. The system consisted of various colorful plastic panels, sticks, beads, and connectors, including cube-shaped connectors like this one that could be used to build characters, houses, jewelry, and other imaginative creations. The channels and hole are where other parts of the set would connect. It's a lost piece from a unique, but now discontinued, toy set. This is a 1.5-inch long brown plastic and metal thing that is magnetic. What is it? This is one part of a standard cabinet door magnetic catch. A magnetic catch is a simple piece of hardware used to keep a cabinet door closed. It consists of two parts, a small magnet housed in plastic, the part you found, which is mounted on the cabinet frame, and a small metal plate, which is mounted on the door. When the door is closed, the magnet attracts the metal plate, holding the door shut. This is the magnet half of that common hardware set. This tong type of thing is slightly springy, about 3 inches long, and was found in a hutch of miniatures. What is this small, precise-looking handle for? This is the handle to an old razor blade sharpener. Before disposable razors, men used double-edged safety razor blades that were meant to be used multiple times. To extend their life, various sharpening devices were invented. This handle would have held 2 small glass balls, or abrasive rollers. The user would place a dull razor blade between the rollers, and by moving the blade back and forth, the edges would be honed and sharpened. The handle itself is all that remains of this clever vintage grooming gadget. The glass balls are missing. This piece of metal with a screw in it was found in a box with the number 8 written on top. It was found after a home renovation and is possibly related to furniture or gypsum partitioning. What is it? This is a mounting clip for a kitchen sink. When installing a drop-in kitchen sink, which sits on top of the countertop, these clips are used underneath to secure the sink firmly to the countertop. The clip is hooked into a channel on the underside of the sink's rim. The screw is then tightened, and its end pushes up against the bottom of the countertop, pulling the sink down and creating a tight seal. It's a fundamental piece of hardware for a secure and leak-free sink installation. My family has had this small wooden handheld paddle thing for a while. It was my babcia's, Polish for grandmother. It has a hook on the back and is handheld. Any help is appreciated. What is it? This is likely a distaff, a tool used in hand spinning to hold the unspun fibers such as wool or flax. The prepared fibers would be wrapped and tied around the paddle-like end of the distaff. The spinner could then hold the distaff in one hand or tuck it into their belt, freeing up their hands to draft the fibers and operate the spindle, or spinning wheel. It's an essential tool that acts as a third hand, keeping the fiber supply neat and untangled during the spinning process. It's a wonderful piece of traditional textile history. Found among now deceased grandparents' things, this metal object has a U-shaped slide and notches and a soft pad on a circular part. Dad has asked everyone, but no one has an idea. What is it? It is a clothes rack for the car, designed to extend the reach and capacity of the small clothes hook that is already in most vehicles above the rear passenger doors. The main part of the device would hang from that built-in hook. The extending bar or slide would then provide a proper clothes rod, allowing multiple garments on hangers to be hung without getting wrinkled. It was a common accessory for travelers or salespeople who needed to transport clothes on hangers in their vehicle. There are 9 of these on the outside of an old house's garage. They are 2 inches and consist of hooks and some kind of metal piece that looks like it could hold a line. Mom thinks it's for a wash line, but why would there be 9 of them? Those are 1960s-era stringers for Christmas lights. The commenter had them all across the front of their house. Instead of the small plastic clips used on modern light strings, these older systems used these more permanent, individually installed holders. You would string a wire or the Christmas light cord itself through these hooks. They were designed to be a permanent installation, so that putting up and taking down the Christmas lights each year would be a simple matter of stringing the lights through these pre-installed hooks. This small hex-shaped tablet appeared on a kitchen counter in Boston. It's firm, but not hard like plastic, and could be dug into with a fingernail. It has an X imprint on both sides. Guesses include a dog treat or a cleaning product. What is it? This looks like a Mint-on-Zip mint, a brand of strong mint or pastille from Finland. They are known for their distinctive hexagonal shape and X imprint. While the commenter notes it's highly unlikely, as they are not sold directly in the US, it is possible they were brought back by someone who had traveled or purchased from a specialty import store. The firm but sliceable texture is also consistent with a pressed mint candy. Found in the kitchen pantry, this is an odd-looking, clear, lightweight object with rolling bristles. What is it? This is maybe one of those crumb sweepers, also known as a table crumber. It's a small, handheld device used for cleaning up crumbs from a tablecloth or a table surface between courses or after a meal. The device is rolled across the table. The rolling bristles inside rotate and sweep the crumbs up into a small internal compartment. It's a handy little gadget for keeping the dining table tidy without having to bring out a full dustpan or a vacuum. This box, which appears to be antique, is about 16 inches long and 8 inches wide. The top flips open, there's no back wall, and it's sloped, higher in the back than the front. A roommate left it behind. What was it used for? The commenter bought one for their dad back in the day. It's for charging all your gadgets. This is an early version of a gadget charging station or valet. The top part is where you would place your devices, like phones, MP3 players, etc., to charge. The open back and the space underneath the shelf are for hiding a power strip and all the messy charging cables and power adapters, keeping the desktop or nightstand looking neat and organized. It's a simple but effective cable management solution. Seen being transported on a flatbed truck on I-70, this is a skid-mounted unit, about 9 feet tall. It has 5 cylindrical stainless steel vessels in a row with valves and a piping header, as well as a hopper on the front. It was initially thought to be some sort of distillation or filtration skid. What is it? This complex skid is a J.D. Skiles pit stop sprayer trailer. This is a highly specialized piece of agricultural equipment designed to make the process of filling large self-propelled crop sprayers much faster and more efficient. The cylindrical vessels are tanks for holding different chemicals, herbicides, pesticides, fertilizers, and the hopper is for mixing dry chemicals into a slurry. The entire unit is a mobile chemical mixing and loading station. A farmer can tow this trailer to the field, allowing them to quickly reload their sprayer on site, minimizing downtime and maximizing the acreage they can cover in a day. This round metallic thing just landed in a pasture, and it had a parachute. The parachute detached in the neighbor's yard. The finder wonders if it's storm tracking or weather related. What is it? This looks a lot like an RCS calibration sphere. RCS stands for radar cross-section. These perfectly spherical metallic objects have a very predictable and uniform radar signature from any angle. They are used to calibrate radar systems. They can be dropped from an aircraft, suspended from a balloon, or mounted on a pylon to provide a known reference target. A radar operator can then aim their system at the sphere and adjust their equipment until the signal they see matches the known radar cross-section of the sphere. The parachute would be for a controlled descent after being dropped from an aircraft. A piece of metal from the driveway. The finder has found around 12 of them over the last 7 years. What are they from? That is a bracket or hanger for an old gutter helmet type of leaf guard or topper. The clip part would attach to the gutter's top lip. The leaf guard panel would then be slid under the first row of shingles on the roof, and its rounded front edge would be clipped into the rounded part of this bracket. The commenter notes this was a terrible design that didn't last long in the industry. The fact that the finder keeps finding them suggests the leaf guard system on their own house is failing and the brackets are falling off one by one. This reflective plate with moving weights on the back was part of an electronics workshop collection with other laser components. It has 2 arc-shaped weights that move along rings. The finder thinks it's meant to stabilize while rotating. What is it? That looks like a rotating optical encoder disc, which is part of a position or speed sensing system. The reflective plate, often with very fine, precise lines etched on it, is read by an optical sensor as it spins. This allows a system to track the precise angle, position, or speed of a rotating shaft with incredible accuracy. The two Z-shaped pieces on the back are indeed balancing weights. They are carefully positioned to ensure the disc is perfectly balanced so it can rotate at high speed smoothly and without any wobble or vibration. These are used in printers, robotics, and other precision electronic systems. This ring of light is in a fitting room mirror at a random shop. The finder has never seen it before and can't imagine its purpose, leading to a bit of paranoia. What is this feature? This ring of light is simply integrated lighting for the fitting room mirror. The border of the mirror should light up when the power is turned on, often via a touch-sensitive power button on the mirror's surface. When the button is blue, the light is on. When red, it's off. This type of lighting is designed to provide bright, even, and often flattering illumination from the front, which helps people to see how clothes look and fit more clearly than with standard overhead lighting. It's a common feature in modern retail stores, designed to enhance the customer experience. The finder keeps pulling these red, stringy, spiky things out of their mattress, and they keep scratching them. At 3 a.m., they are tired and freaking out, wondering if they are wires or centipede legs. What are they? The commenter reassures the finder, not centipede legs. This looks like wicker. It seems to be some kind of plant matter. So, the new mystery is what it's doing in a mattress. The most likely, if unpleasant answer, is that a rodent, like a mouse or a rat, is bringing it in for a nest. Rodents will often chew up materials from around the house, such as the wicker from a basket, and carry it into a secluded, warm place, like the inside of a mattress or box spring, to build a nest. It is a sign of a pest problem. This heavy wooden device was found in a house in rural Spain. Levers on top raise and lower heavy wooden calendars onto a flat surface with a drainage hole. There are wooden discs and black metal rings. Pegs seem to lock the levers down. It's about 3 feet tall. What is it? The commenter recognizes the tins as cheese tins, meaning this is a press for getting the whey out of cheese. This is a cheese press. After milk curds have been formed and placed into a mold, the cheese tins, they must be pressed to expel the remaining whey, the liquid part of the milk, and to consolidate the curds into a solid wheel of cheese. This large wooden lever-operated press would be used for that purpose. The wooden discs would press down on the cheese in the molds, and the heavy calendars, weights, and locking pegs would apply sustained pressure. The hole at the end is for the whey to drain away. Seen in a kitchen at a friend's house, this is located in the gap between a corner cabinet and the wall. What is this specific colored material? This is identified as a specific color variant of carpet padding or underlayment. When carpet is installed, a layer of padding is first put down over the subfloor to provide cushioning, insulation, and to prolong the life of the carpet. This padding comes in various types and colors. This is likely a scrap piece that was left over after carpet was installed in an adjacent room. It was then possibly used by the cabinet installers as a shim or a filler to close the small, irregular gap between the last kitchen cabinet and the wall, a common practice in construction. This small metal tool with a hard rubber grip was found in a box of miscellaneous junk. It has a curved flat end and a 2-fork end, and the forks are sharp. What is this for? This is a seafood pick, an essential utensil for eating crab or lobster. After a crab or lobster has been cooked and the main shell has been cracked, a lot of the delicious meat remains in the small legs and crevices of the body. This long, thin tool, with its forked or spooned ends, is used to pick and scrape this meat out of all those hard-to-reach places. It is a fundamental part of any seafood utensil set. This long pole with a corkscrew-type end was seen in a museum in Montenegro with some very old guns. The finder assumes it's an old weapon, like a nasty spear, but isn't sure of its practicality. What is it? This is not a weapon, but a tool for cleaning a cannon. It is a worm, also known as a wad hook. After a muzzle-loading cannon was fired, remnants of the powder bag or wadding could be left smoldering in the barrel, which was extremely dangerous. This long pole with a corkscrew-like end was shoved down the barrel to pull out any of this leftover burning material before the next powder charge was loaded. It was a critical safety and maintenance tool for any artillery crew. 1077. Modified sarong. Found on a thrift store scarf rack, this is a green, lightweight fabric about 3 by 5 feet with a large, serged oval cutout in the middle. What is it? The commenter is pretty sure that this is a sarong that has been modified. They have the exact same one, same color and all, but without the hole. A sarong is a large length of fabric that is wrapped around the body and worn as a skirt or a dress, especially in Southeast Asia and many tropical islands. It's likely that a previous owner of this sarong cut the oval hole in the middle to turn it into a poncho-style beach cover-up. You would put your head through the hole, and the fabric would drape over your shoulders. This telescoping plastic item has a rubber insert that reads China. It's very light, about 2 inches long when expanded, and is attached to a keyring. What is it? The commenter's company handed these out during the COVID-19 pandemic. It's a multifunction no-touch tool. It has an extendable stylus with a rubber tip for use on public touch screens, like at an ATM or a checkout terminal, to avoid touching them with your finger. It also has a hook or a notch that can be used to open lever-style doorknobs without touching them directly with your hand. As the commenter notes, neither part works particularly well, but they were a popular promotional item during that time. This spring-loaded tool with a wood handle has a nozzle that unscrews. It was found with a grandfather's old stuff. Is it a tiny gun or a center punch? It is a tiny gun, not a center punch. It's a Kanonchen-Toter, which is German for rabbit killer. This is a spring-loaded captive bolt device, specifically used for the humane dispatch or stunning of small animals, particularly rabbits, in the context of farming or for butchering. When pressed against the animal's head and triggered, a spring-loaded bolt shoots forward a short distance, delivering a concussive blow. It's a specific and somewhat grim tool used in agriculture. This 3-inch long squared aluminum cylinder with a hard plastic tip was found magnetically stuck to the inside of a car's roof rails after the car was held overnight at a caliber collision. Is it a tracker? It looks like a dent removal tool. Specifically, it could be a knockdown tool used in paintless dent repair, PDR. PDR technicians use a variety of tools to massage and push out dents from behind a panel. A knockdown tool, often with a hard plastic or nylon tip, is used from the outside to gently tap down any high spots that may have been created while pushing out the dent. A PDR technician working at the collision shop likely left their magnetic-based tool stuck to the roof rail by accident. This white disc, with no obvious distinguishing marks, is about 2 inches across and is in a hallway, but outside an apartment. A wire feeds along the baseboard and up into a panel. The unit was fitted this morning, and an open-reach van, a UK telecom company, was present. What is it? The commenter makes the direct correlation. This is a decorative cover used to hide the hole where an open-reach technician drilled through the exterior wall to install a new fiber optic internet service. After running the fiber cable from the outside into the building, technicians will often use these simple plastic discs or covers on the inside wall to provide a neat and finished look over the hole they've made, concealing any rough edges in the drywall or plaster. It is a common piece of hardware used in telecommunications installations. This small plastic thing was part of a gift set with other stationary items. The hinges can be put down, and a thing on the left is retractable. A battery is shown for size comparison. What is it? This is part of a portable, foldable laptop stand. These stands are designed to elevate a laptop screen to a more ergonomic height, and often to improve airflow for cooling. They usually consist of several hinged and adjustable plastic or metal pieces that fold down into a very compact size for travel. This is likely one of the support legs or a component of the main platform. The retractable part and hinges are all features that would allow it to adjust to different angles or laptop sizes and then collapse for portability. The link shows a similar one. This key was received with a set of house keys. It's flat with 2 prongs and no notable markings. It's about 1 inch long. What does it open? This looks like a key for an industrial or commercial toilet paper or paper towel dispenser. The dispensers found in public restrooms, offices, and restaurants are often locked to prevent theft of the paper rolls and to control access for janitorial staff. They don't use a traditional pin tumbler lock, but rather a simple, standardized lock that can be opened with a specific key like this one with 2 prongs. The previous owner of the house may have worked as a custodian or in property management and had the key on their main key ring. A needle minder was bought on Etsy for cross-stitching, and the seller included these 2 pins as a gift. The buyer doesn't know what they are for. They are pins with decorative things on top. What is their purpose? The commenter thinks these are just decorative pins. In the world of cross-stitching and embroidery, many stitchers like to use decorative accessories. These pins, often with pretty beaded or enameled tops, can be used to hold a small piece of fabric out of the way while stitching, to mark a specific spot on a pattern or fabric, or simply to be stuck into a pin cushion as a decorative and fun part of their sewing kit. They are a common small handmade gift item on Etsy. If you love uncovering strange and mysterious objects, hit that like button and subscribe. Stay curious. More finds coming soon.